Hello everyone and welcome to our first AutoCAD tutorial. We'll be using this video to customize our AutoCAD settings to make it a little bit more user-friendly and so that all of ours are the same as we're learning the new commands and content. If you are working on any AutoCAD projects at home, please make sure you come back and reference this video and make your settings the same for your home software as well, just to make it more user-friendly when you're switching back and forth. Be aware that we are using AutoCAD 2020 in class, and you want to make sure that if you download the software at home, that you're using the same year. If you download 2021 at home, once you open your file on your home computer, you won't be able to open it on the 2020 version. So you can go up a year, but you can't go back down. Or, for example, if you have 2019 at home and then you open it on the school computer, once you open it on that 2020 version at school, you won't be able to open it up anymore at home. So just be mindful of that if you're downloading the software at home. But we will be working on the school computers, the desktop version, so we shouldn't have any issues with that, but just be mindful of it if you do want to work on these projects at home. So we'll double click here on our icon to open up the program for the first time. You may see a resolution error message, so just press OK and we'll continue on. It's not going to affect anything. And then our screens may look a little bit different. If you're seeing grid spaces here, that's fine. So just leave it. If you're not seeing this grid, regardless of the color, if you're not seeing the grid at all, it may look like this. So you're going to press Control N. That'll open up a new file. And then we're going to choose this AutoCAD option. Like this. If you want to, you can also press the red A here in the upper left hand corner and then press open there. However, the shortcut is Control N. Next, we're going to look down here at the bottom. Down here is our command line. It'll keep track of all the commands and things that we do, constraints we apply, tools we use, things like that. Typically, we're just going to keep using our command line. You'll get familiar with using the shortcuts. But you can also find the tools up here in the toolbar and ribbon. So clicking down here on your command line, we're going to press Options, and then a dialog box should pop up like this. We're next going to go over to the Display tab. We're going to choose our color theme. We want to switch that to light, or to dark. Sorry, we want to switch that to dark. You don't want it to be light colored or bright. The brighter the colors, the more harsh it is on your eyes, especially when you're working on these projects for extended periods of time. So we switch it over to dark to make it easier on your eyes. And then we're going to look down here and choose the colors button and change a few things here. Under 2D model space, we want to change the color to black. Under 3D parallel projection, we also want to make sure the color is black. And then under 3D perspective projection, we want to make sure that the color is black. Just double checking. And then we also want to choose the sheet layout option and just verify that yours is white there as well. So again, 2D model space, 3D parallel projection, and 3D perspective projection, all of those need to be black, and then your sheet layout needs to be white. Once you have all of those selected, we can apply and close, and you should see some things change in the back. Next, we're going to go over to User Preferences. We want to click on right-click Customization. And then you want to make your screen look like mine. You want your default mode to be repeat last command. You want your edit mode to be shortcut menu. and you want your command mode to be enter. This just means that whenever we right click on our mouse, it's automatically going to be enter, and then when you right click again, it'll repeat the last command, so on and so forth, and that will help make you a much more efficient drafter. So we're going to click apply and close there, and then we'll go over to the selection tab, and you want to make sure that under this section here that noun and verb selection is checked, object grouping is checked, and implied windowing is checked, and then uncheck anything else over here that you may have checked. You want to make sure that this down here is blue. Over here we want to click show grips, and you want everything checked except for the first one. Make sure this value is 100, and then you want to select when a command is active and when no command is active, command preview and command properties, and make sure this whole section down here is checked as well. Once you get your screen to look like mine, you'll press OK. May lag just a little bit if there were some drastic changes being made. Now in the command line again, we're going to type O snap. It is also important that you've got your caps lock on. Sorry if I didn't tell you that before. So O snap. These are your snap commands. You're going to press enter, and you want endpoint, midpoint, center, node, quadrant, and intersection checked. So uncheck geometric center if you have that one checked. And then we want extension, perpendicular, tangent, and parallel to have a check, and you can uncheck anything else that you see there. And press OK once your screen matches mine. Now coming back to the command window or the command bar, we're going to left click and we're going to type dynmode, DYNMODO, and press enter, and then press 0, and then press enter. And then in the command bar again, we're going to type graphics config. You'll see that pop up. You can click on it if you want, or you can type it in. And then you want to press enter. Actually, that didn't work. So let's try that again. Graphics config, enter. There we go. And a dialog box should pop up. We want to make sure that this hardware acceleration is turned off. Please make sure you turn this off. This will drastically slow your computer down. And then press OK. Then down here in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see our customization bar. You want to click that. And we want to make sure there are checks on the following: model space, grid, snap mode, ortho mode, polar tracking, isometric drafting, object snap tracking, 2D object snap, 3D object snap, dynamic UCS, workspace switching, and units. And then anything else that you see on here, please make sure you go through and uncheck it. Feel free to rewind the video or pause it as I was going through them. And then you can close this menu by clicking anywhere else on the screen, left clicking. Now looking at the top, we're going to click this drop down box here for our quick access toolbar. And we want to make sure that there's a check beside open, save, save as, plot, undo and redo, workspace, match properties and properties, and then also select show menu bar. So I'll pull that up again. All of these things should have a check, and you want to make sure that this says show menu bar, or click it if it says show menu bar, and then it should say hide menu bar. And then the last thing that we want to do is along the bottom, we want to move the layout tabs. So to do this, we want to right click the mouse on top of one of the layout tabs. So right clicking there, and then we want to say dock inline with status bar. Sorry if you can't see that. So dock inline with status bar, like that. No, dock above status bar. Sorry, you want it to say dock above status bar. If it says dock inline with status bar, then yours is correct. My apologies. So you want to right click, make sure it says dock inline with status bar, because that means it's already docked correctly. Once you've made it through all of this, yours should be configured correctly. If you have your command bar down here, if it's not docked, actually, no, we don't want to do that. If it's not docked, then you can left click on the end of the command line and then drag it down until it docks it. I'm trying to grab like that. There we go. If yours looks like this, you can grab these little dots here and drag it down like that, and it'll dock it in place. You definitely don't want windows floating around. On my Mac specifically, there are lots of things floating all over the place, and it makes it very, very cluttered and difficult to use. So I definitely recommend bringing your command line and docking it down here if yours wasn't already set up that way. And now we want to save our settings so that next time we open it, all of these things have been saved there and you don't have to worry about going back through this video. So we're going to left click on the drop down menu on the top of the screen right here. And we want to select drafting and annotation. And we want to make sure that our command line is docked, which mine is not. If I can get it. Like that. We want to make sure our command line is docked. And then if everything else appears correct, then we are going to click Save As. So drop this down and press Save As, and we're going to name this AKHS2D. Like that. And then press Save. And then I'm going to replace mine just to be on the safe side. And then we want to drop this down again, and we're going to choose 3D modeling. Again, I'm going to dock my command bar, hopefully. Mine is not wanting, oh, there it goes. Mine is not wanting to dock. So I'll come back to this in a bit, probably after I'm done recording this video. Yeah, I'll come back and dock that in a bit. Yours shouldn't be glitchy like that. It's just because of the recording software that I'm using. So I'll come back to that one. But you want to save it as well. So you'll do save current as, and then you're going to name this one AKHS-3D. And then press save. I'm not going to save this one because I want I need to dock this. So I'm just going to click cancel. You'll save yours. And now you should have two workspaces. They should look like this, AKHS 2D and then a 3D one. And then once you get that part done, you're completely finished. You can close out your software and then we'll regroup later for our first official tutorial video.